Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to unpack three incredibly innocent-sounding words that are actually quite dangerous. You know the ones. I'll do it tomorrow. We're diving deep into the psychology of procrastination. Just think about it for a second. This is the sweet poison that silently, almost invisibly, kills your golden future. We delay studying, we put off exercising, we push our most important presentations to the absolute last minute. So today, we're going to figure out exactly why we do this, and more importantly, how to actually stop it.
And hey, this isn't just a modern smartphone era problem. For centuries, wise voices have warned us against delaying our actions, which just goes to show this is an age-old human struggle. I mean, over 600 years ago, the poet Kabir Das basically wrote that we should do tomorrow's work today and today's work right now. Because if disaster strikes in the very next moment, when will you ever get the work done? So yeah, even back then, people were habitual procrastinators. But fast forward to modern society, and we kind of follow a completely different philosophy. Take a look at this humorous, yet tragically real verse from a fictional, satirical poet named Lazy Maharaj. It roughly translates to, "Do today's work tomorrow, do tomorrow's work the day after. Why rush? We have years left." We might laugh at this, but honestly, this is exactly how a lot of us live our lives, constantly pushing vital things to some imaginary tomorrow.
Let's move into the trope of tomorrow and what's known as the Ravana effect.
Let's dive right in and look at the devastating real-world consequences of waiting for tomorrow. Because it's not just about a messy bedroom or a late assignment, right? It's about life-altering consequences. Just consider the heartbreaking story of a bright 2017 UPSC aspirant. This was a really smart student. He had all the resources he could ever need, plus full financial and emotional support from his parents. But he lacked one vital ingredient: action. Every time he looked at his books, he told himself he would just start tomorrow. Well, that tomorrow never came. He failed 3 attempts and slipped into severe depression. When he was asked where he went wrong, he actually admitted he didn't quit studying, he just kept postponing it. That delay was his ultimate defeat.
Or take a look at the mythological figure Ravana. It's a fascinating parallel. We often do exactly what Ravana did. He instantly executed terrible mistakes, like the immediate kidnapping of Sita, which he obviously never should have done. But he fatally procrastinated on his most crucial task. He had actually captured death itself, intending to destroy it, but he just kept delaying it, saying, "I'll kill death tomorrow." But tomorrow never came, and death eventually came for him. Which brings us to the big question. Why exactly do we procrastinate? So, why do we do this? Are we all just naturally lazy about everything? Absolutely not. We are actually incredibly clever creatures. Notice how we never hesitate for a single second to go watch a new movie or get ready for a party. The psychology here is surprisingly simple. The human brain heavily craves immediate gratification. On one hand, we never delay instant rewards. If a friend says, "Let's party," boom, you're ready in 5 minutes. If someone has an addiction, they don't say, "I'll do it tomorrow." They want it right now. The reward, the entertainment, the thrill is immediate. But on the other hand, we constantly postpone delayed rewards, things like reading a book, daily exercise, or setting up financial protection. You don't get six-pack abs after one single day at the gym, so your brain just says, let's just do it tomorrow.
A prime and honestly incredibly important example of a delayed reward is securing term insurance. People constantly put this off thinking, well, what if nothing happens to me? My premium is just going to be wasted. But think about it. If someone knew for an absolute fact they had only 3 days to live, they would cancel all their parties and demand insurance immediately. Today, taking this vital step is easier than ever. You can effortlessly choose from over 51 insurance partners online to protect your family's future. But people still let the illusion of "I have time" trick them into putting it off. It's genuinely shocking when you break down the numbers. For just 400 to 500 rupees a month, which, let's be real, is literally cheaper than a single movie ticket, you can get a crow-in-life coverage. It just proves that taking immediate, highly responsible action is incredibly accessible to us. We delay it simply because the reward is way off in the future, not in the next 5 minutes.
All right, let's break down the 4 phases of procrastination.
Let's look at the actual psychological traps that cause this behavior. People who delay their lives usually fall into 4 distinct categories, all based on their internal psychological barriers. Let's walk through them one by one. I guarantee you will probably recognize yourself in at least one of these. Trap number 1, the perfectionist. These are the folks who get totally stuck waiting for the stars to align. They need the perfect mood, the perfect time, the absolute perfect desk setup.
They overthink everything, and you know what? That deep thinking leads to incredibly weak decisions. They completely forget a very simple modern truth. A viral video creator holding a cheap 10 rupee packet of biscuits only becomes perfect after posting thousands of imperfect, raw, messy videos. Perfection is built through action, not waiting.
Then we have trap number 2, the overconfident. These folks totally rely on the illusion of abundant time. Oh, I have plenty of time, I'll just do it at the last minute, they say. But as that deadline approaches, the panic sets in, quality drops, and stress absolutely skyrockets. They're a lot like that legendary hare who arrogantly slept thinking the tortoise was miles behind and ended up completely disgracing himself while the slow, steady tortoise won the race. Overconfidence almost always guarantees underperformance.
Moving on to trap number 3, the easily distracted. You know the type, falling prey to every single phone notification and social media reel. They start a task, but literally within minutes, their brain is jumping everywhere. They confuse frantic multitasking with actual focus. They think, oh, I'll just check my phone for a minute, and boom, an hour vanishes. Remember this, focus is not a natural talent. Focus is a strict discipline. And finally, trap 4, the fear of failure. This one is arguably the most paralyzing of them all. This is where self-doubt stops us from even trying to begin. We ask ourselves, what if I fail? What if I'm just not good enough? But think about the absolute greats of history for a second. What if Thomas Edison had feared failure when he unsuccessfully tested 10,000 different materials for the light bulb? 10,000 failures. If he had been paralyzed by the fear of looking foolish, we might literally still be sitting in the dark right now. Or what if Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC, had thrown in the towel after his famous chicken recipe was rejected not once, not twice, but by 109 different people? He didn't let the fear of another no stop his next attempt. Even Michael Jordan, arguably one of the greatest athletes to ever walk the earth, famously credits his ultimate success to the fact that he missed over 9,000 shots in his career. Failure isn't the opposite of success, guys. It is the very first step of it.
Okay, we've diagnosed the problem, so let's get to the cure. 7 actionable steps.
Let's administer the antidote so you can beat procrastination right now. These steps are literally designed to rewire your brain with dopamine and build immediate momentum. Step 1, start small. Don't look at the whole book, just read 5 pages. Step 2, the 5-minute rule. Just tell yourself you'll only work for 5 minutes. Getting started is always the hardest part, and those 5 minutes almost always turn into 50. Step 3, kill distractions. Silence your phone and boycott social media while you work. Step 4, remember your why. A strong reason kills delay. Step 5, set artificial deadlines. Tell your brain the work is due early, and hey, go find an accountability partner to keep you in check.
Now, focusing in on step 6 here, this demands that you prioritize raw, messy progress over an impossible standard of perfection. You have to let go of the idea that conditions will be perfect. A flawed, messy start today is infinitely better than a perfectly planned delay that never actually happens.
And finally, step 7. This is crucial. You've got to drop any guilt about your past procrastination. Beating yourself up over the time you've wasted only creates more negative emotion, which leads to, yep, you guessed it, more procrastination. Forgive yourself. That was the past. Today is a brand new day, and immediate, aggressive action is the only true antidote to fear and laziness. I want to leave you with a really profound thought to carry with you. The absolute saddest stories in life are not the ones of failure. They are the stories of incredible potential that could have been written, but the pen was never even picked up. So the ultimate question for you right now is this: will you pick up your pen today, or will you just wait for tomorrow?